Hello everyone. It's that time again. Well, it's a little bit past that time again, but you guys know what time it is. I don't even gotta say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It's time for 3D reviews. And today, hopefully I get this video out today. It is May 4th. It is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you, and of course, we are going to be taking a look at Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens in stereoscopic 3D. Now I'm going to turn this down a bit just so I don't have to fight over the audio. So this movie came out in 2015, was directed by J.J. Abrams, stars Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, and Oscar Isaac. And this collector's edition is the only way to get this movie in 3D, and the 3D version of the film did not get released till a few months after the rest of the home releases. In fact, I believe that the only reason this got a 3D home release is because people petitioned so hard to get it. And I don't blame them. Seeing this movie in 3D, and I'll talk about my experience seeing it in IMAX later, it absolutely is the best of the trilogy. Actually, the best, as far as I've seen, of the 3D Star Wars films in 3D. J.J. Abrams, who directed this movie, also did Star Trek 2. Not Star Trek, you know what I mean. Star Trek Into Darkness. He really does have an eye for 3D, and he really likes to use it. And it's kind of a shame that the original Star Trek didn't have 3D, but that came out in like 2009, so it would have been kind of early for that. But this special edition, I don't even remember how much it was. It was like $50 or something. Could have been less than that. If I find out how much it was initially, I'm going to put it on the screen, of course. This is really cool. It's got a nice lenticular cover. Has little flecks of snow and the lightsaber and the trees. This is a really cool cover. I usually don't get collector's edition stuff. Like I said, the only way to get this in 3D was through this. But this is a really cool collector's edition. So you slide out the discs. Got John Boyega and Daisy Ridley there as Finn and Rey. And you have Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley fighting each other on the back. Got Peter Mayhew, I believe, and also Harrison Ford as Chewie and Han Solo, Chewbacca and Han Solo. It's really awesome fold out here. Now this is where the 3D disc was. This is the regular Blu-ray, and then the bonus features and the DVD. It also came with a bonus features, a digital download for bonus features, and of course the digital download for the movie. I've never seen a digital download for bonus features before. That was really neat. I gave that stuff to my friend Gabe, who is currently out in the Middle East right now. He's in the Air Force, so happy Star Wars Day to him. I talked to him this morning. Hope he's doing well. I heard it's really hot out there. Anyway, I'm excited. I recorded this video yesterday, or not yesterday. I was doing the review yesterday, and then my camera decided it wasn't going to actually record any of it, so I'm doing it again today. But that's okay, because today I feel like $1,000,000. Yesterday I felt terrible. Today I feel fantastic. So let's jump right into this. I'm excited to see this again. There's lots of fun 3D, so you know what? It's not really a loss. No, I don't want to continue where I left off. So this movie, parts of it, or at least one scene, I know of was filmed in IMAX, and I'll point that out when we get there. I saw this movie in a proper IMAX theater, the ones that you find at the museums. It just blew me away. I remember that night. It was so cool. There was this huge line, and I was there with my friends, AJ, and I believe Gabe was with us. It was the most awesome. I mean, like, you can't even imagine the hype. Dude, I ordered my tickets well in advance, and this movie in IMAX, specifically this one, just was absolutely insane. And the 3D in this movie is so good. This, I would say, I wouldn't put it on my top 10, but it's definitely top 10 material. They absolutely went above and beyond, especially because there's so much shaky cam in this movie. The 3D quality does not suffer at all, even in the dark. And there's a few dark scenes, like the opening scene's kind of in the dark. None of it suffers. It's all very, very exciting. The title crawl coming out of the screen, way back into the screen. very, very good. I hope I don't. Obviously spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen episode 7. Man, that came out 6 years ago. Damn. I remember being so excited to see this movie. It was so hype after the movie was over, dude. I mean, I worked at a movie theater at the time this movie came out, and there were people literally waiting, like before the theater opened, waiting in line to get the best seat in the house. People dressed up in costume. I remember when they opened up for everyone, it was just this huge event. And then sadly it just kind of petered out after that. I really like this opening shot. I know there's been a lot of controversies around these new Star Wars movies. I would say that the first half, and maybe even this entire movie. Oh, check this out. Oh, the ships, man, they come right out of the screen, right at you. I would say the first half of this movie is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I know this is just kind of a soft remake of Episode 4, but the first half is just so good. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of action, and the characters are just so wonderfully set up. And then BB-8 coming right up out of the screen, right into your face. And you guys got to remember, on an IMAX screen, the 3D can be pushed out a lot farther. And that's just, I'm going to put up a little diagram here that kind of explains it. But essentially, you have like this cone, or this pyramid that, depends on how large the screen size is. And the larger the pyramid is, the closer they can get objects to your face. And the larger the objects they can get to your face. Like on here, you can have a lot of fun pop out. But on an IMAX screen, you can get it out a lot further. And I'm going to point something out later that really blew my mind. Well, yeah, we got Poe Dameron here, played by Oscar Isaac. Really, really charismatic character Poe Dameron is. Everyone in this first movie is really charismatic. Uh-oh. That's not good. There's been a Brody breach. Everything in this movie is very well defined. They had a very high depth. The tip of the X-Wing. I want to say that's an X-Wing. It's probably something else. Someone's going to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Everything has a nice dimensionality to it. It has a very realistic sense of depth. And the depth budget is very high for this movie, I would say. And even with all the shaky cam, the 3D does not suffer. I mean, I know they have like some new techniques for post-conversion, but I can imagine that it might be a nightmare to have to accurately put everything in 3D when the camera's like, You have all the little flame particulates. It's not a flame particulate. Embers floating around in the air. Another thing I should point out, there is a lot of CG special effects here, but there's also a lot of practical stuff. Like, majority of the time, BB-8 is a practical thing. The X-Wing is practical. Kind of feel like I'm about to get shot by Poe in a second here. And of course we meet, or we'll find out eventually, this is John Boyega's character. That is Finn, or FN2187, as his stormtrooper unit number is. This movie's production value is just really good. It looks so slick. All the little embers that floating around. Everything looks so nice. Like I said, the 3D in this movie, this first movie, is especially good. I remember when I first saw him freeze this laser blast. That was just like, oh my god, like, wow. And check it out, comes right out of the screen too. They really love pulling things out of the screen and into your face. Another thing of note is that the actors' faces, usually in post-conversions, the faces are kind of flat, but here they have a lot of dimensionality. You can see the nose is like protruding off of the face instead of just being like a kind of... If you guys have ever watched a post-converted movie, then you know what I'm talking about. The 3D post-conversion is so well done here that honestly you could easily mistake this for a movie that was shot natively in 3D. And perhaps the special effects parts, like all this stuff in space, were natively rendered like that. Also, I want to point something out that they do a really good job with size and scale in this movie. I think even in the 2D version, it's very effective, but especially in the 3D version because you get a sense of how tiny the spaceships are, a better sense of how tiny they are. Obviously, you can see them visually that they're smaller than the Star Destroyer, but when they're like this itty bitty and they're like right here in your face, and then you see the Star Destroyer way off in the background and it's this big massive thing, it really pushes how large all this stuff is. It's one of the 3D's biggest strengths is that it can do scale and size. So here we meet Daisy Ridley, who plays Rey, Palpatine Skywalker. Spoilers, by the way. I really look at the, you can't see it in 3D, but like the depth that they put into these scenes with her inside the Star Destroyer, it's so deep. You have the rope coming all the way up, all the way down. The interiors are just so massive, and that walk, like it just, the 3D was so well utilized in this movie. That shot right there too, you just, man, they, like I said, the cinematography, and they filmed this movie with some of the original cameras and lenses used to film episode 4. I think this movie really does utilize its 3D. You can tell that it was something that they had in mind right from the beginning, and they shot the movie for that, and they really wanted to use it to help portray the size and scale of everything in the Star Wars universe. Very expertly done. That shot right there, the spear into your face, they really love using the negative parallax. And the great thing about it is that this movie doesn't, it feels well integrated enough where it doesn't feel like they intentionally were going out of their way to do all this crazy 3D stuff. Like you see a movie like The Journey to the Center of the Earth, which I did a video on recently, so you should go check that out. Where the whole point of the movie was for 3D, and they did a lot of stuff for that. And while the movie greatly benefits from 3D for a multitude of reasons, this movie does similar things, but it feels more melded and integrated with the story, where it not saying that I think Journey is bad. I'm not making a very good argument here. The point is, they integrated 3D extremely well. I love it. Really love the cinematography here. And even though they have like a lot of zooming in, which you'll see, especially during a lot of the action scenes, it doesn't lose any of the depth. It all remains consistently volumetric. So this introduction, this opening scene for Rey, she doesn't say a single word of dialogue. Not a single word. And you learn everything you need to know about her character just from the way she acts. Very expertly done. When J.J. Abrams tries, like he genuinely tries, he makes really good, entertaining films. And when he doesn't try, he makes The Rise of Skywalker. And of course, the first thing we hear from Rey that she says is in an alien language. Another excellent shot of a Star Destroyer with the TIE fighters flying from out of the screen into the screen. Like I said, that's a effect that isn't used very often, but when it does, it's very, very, very effective. Like all the little space debris flying out your face. Also right here, John Boyega's, the model of his head is actually done in 3D. So is a lot of the holograms here. This one here, the planet, the little lines are all in 3D as well. Alright, so I believe this is the scene that was shot on IMAX film cameras. And there's a picture. I know there's a picture. I believe there's a picture. If I can find the picture, I will put up the picture of J.J. Abrams with the IMAX camera. So let's talk about John Williams' excellent score. It's absolutely fantastic. He definitely brought the A game again. I don't think that man has ever made a bad score or a forgettable score. And that rings true for this movie. Everyone's theme, very exciting, very high action, high energy, very good stuff. And this scene especially, the punchy soundtrack that they put here, just the way that the cameras are moving dynamically, the way the ships are flying around. It's really, really awesome. Alright, check this shot out here. Oh, it flies right up into your face and then zoom right back down. Ooh, it's so good. The flying and everything. Just the dynamicness of everything. It's just, it's so well done. This movie especially, you can tell that the people making it were really pumped up and excited to make a new Star Wars, and they just wanted it to be the most exciting, fun they could possibly make it. Look at this. Oh, that's so cash money. Look how teeny tiny the ship is compared to the planet. Really good at giving the sense of scale and size. This shot right here, absolutely fantastic. When I remember this shot, there are a few shots in 3D that actually just the tip of that Star Destroyer was like right here, dude. It was right here, like a few inches from my face. One of the coolest 3D shots ever. There's a shot in The Secret Life of Pets that is very similar to it. I saw The Secret Life of Pets when it had its IMAX 3D re-release, and there's a shot with a snake in the sewer, and the snake is like a few inches from your face. I remember shrinking back into the seat, because I was like, whoa, that's a bit close for comfort, mate. Ooh, wow, look at that. The Millennium Falcon coming out of hyperspace, really cool. Jeez, look how hyper stereo that is. Everything, you can see the dimensionality from every single character, and the beams coming right out of the screen at you. So I'm wondering if these beams are like, they have like some sort of tracking, so they hit the planets. Because they split all, like if you have the one beam, you know, it's easy to line that up, but like the beam splits off into like 5 and hits several different planets. Like do they have some sort of homing thing that allows them to do that? I really like how the lightsabers look in this movie. Very visceral, very raw. Everything has a really good sense of weight to it. You really feel the impact of everything. Like that, look at that. Right through the chest, dude. Oh, it's Traitor. It's the Traitor guy. Everyone's favorite Star Wars character. Oh yeah, he does the backflip when he gets shot. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the rocks. The space stuff in 3D is so good. That shot kind of reminds me of the opening shot to Monsters vs. Aliens, which would be an excellent one to do a 3D review for. Maybe that'll be the next one I do, who knows. Look at him. Adam Driver does look a lot like... Ooh. That's Daniel Craig right there. Honestly, they wouldn't even need to blow up the planet. Just like removing the sun from that system would be enough to destroy all the planets around it. Like how the base is built into the rock. The rockworks on the side is really, really nice. The hyper stereo landscape's also very, very pretty. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. Look how deep. It's so way off. Way off in the distance. Man, this place is so cavernous. Like, Jesus. That's some of the deepest 3D I've seen. Wow. Oh, more excellent. Look how big it is! The 3D does such an excellent job at showing how big this stuff is. They could have gone for the gold. Well, I'm not going to say the gold. This scene is expert. But if it were me, I would have been way too tempted to have the camera just be straight behind Han Solo's back. And when he ignites the lightsaber and goes through his chest, it'll be like the lightsaber comes out at your face in 3D. But this was much more tasteful. Also, very deep chasm. Once again, you'll love to see it. Shoot at him! Shoot his face! Oh yeah, it's so good. Oh, there they do it! They finally did it, the lightsaber into the audience's face. You know they had to do it. At least once. I mean, it's what I would do. Finn held up pretty well in this fight, I have to say. Look at that, they got the hand and the snow coming out of the screen. Look at it. Oh wow, they're moving this entire body out of the screen. The lightsaber flying up into your face. Rey catches it. Oh, it's so good. I love seeing it. This fight is so well done. This is one of my favorite lightsaber fights in the entire Star Wars universe. Ooh, man, that was freaking tight. Look at this. You feel like you're flying down there with them through the trench. Oh, dude. Look at it go. Oh, man, look at the snow. Just everywhere. Up in your face. Gonna have to clear off my desk after this is done. There's gonna be so much snow on it. I love how you can see the lightsaber reflections in their eyes. I mean, you can really feel the impact of these blows. Right across the face. Damn. Savage. You'll love to see it. Look at him. He's gonna actually need a mask now. The forest is also a really nice place for the 3D because you have all the tree trunks and it's all layered in the snow. This must have been a nightmare to convert, but it looks so good. Whoop. Right out of the screen. Ooh, she's offering the lightsaber to the audience. That's a good shot. It's what I would do. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What a great film that I'm going to mute the credits for so Disney doesn't say, hey, I heard you stole our movie and put it on the internet for free. Speaking of stealing this movie and putting it on the internet for free, this movie, I don't know if it's still up, but on YouTube, this movie is in 3D for free. You can just watch the whole movie. It's side by side, so if you have a 3D display or a VR headset, like I said, I don't know if it's still up there, but if it is, you could totally check it out. And I do recommend seeing Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens in stereo 3D. This is one of the most exciting 3D movies that has come out from Hollywood. Usually the 3D is kind of like, it's just kind of there. But this movie really does have a lot of fun with it. And overall, I would say this first movie is still extremely entertaining. It's a very good film. They kind of, after that. But this first movie is still very, very excellent. And I do highly recommend. I actually think this is still the only way you can get this movie in 3D. I'm not sure if Disney has released a red swoop version of the movie. If they have, then I'll post a picture of that up when I said the red swoop thing. And if they haven't, then I will post a picture of it. But either way, it's very much worth it to get this one in 3D. And seeing this movie in IMAX was just very, very exciting stuff. Very well done. But I hope you guys have a great day. And I appreciate all the feedback and the engagement, especially on the last, the video, the Beauty and the Beast one, which you can go check that one out. That's another excellent review. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. I really do. All every time someone leaves a like or feedback or whatever, it's very nice to know that people are checking it out and people are sharing in that 3D enthusiasm that we love on this channel so much. Thank you guys for watching. Go get your vaccines. It's very important to get your vaccines. I'm out of here. You guys have a great day, and may the 4th be with you always.